And we are set to go. Remember, Indiana lost to a much weaker Purdue team a year ago on this floor.
After beating them by 41 at home. In fact, that was the biggest blowout in the Indiana-Purdue series.
Cheaney controls the tip to Greg Graham. He'll open with Damon Bailey in the backcourt.
The big matchup everybody's talking about, Henderson and Robinson. They really went at each other on a high school level, and Robinson dominated them in the state championship.
Nover turns it over inside. This is Matt Painter.
Painter's going to have to hit that jump shot to take away pressure from Robinson.
Nice pass inside. Stand back. Good defense. Robinson with a follow. Won't go. Out to Indiana. Graham to Bailey. This is Calbert Cheaney, the superior scorer. Takes it down low. Missed the jumper. Robinson with another rebound. He is 6'8", but he plays a lot bigger than that.
He's so mobile, Mike. That's what makes him so special. He can go inside and outside.
Got Henderson out on him now.
Henderson met the big test against Chris Webber.
Painter got caught up in the air, makes the bad pass, and it's a turnover.
That's one of the problems for Purdue. Very stationary offensively. They really don't get a lot of movement.
Damon Bailey with a runner. Nover got the follow, but it's an offensive foul. Let's see if the bucket counts. It does not. Waddell finds Painter.
Trying to get good spacing offensively to take away the Indiana help.
Robinson.
Averaging 26 points a game in the Big Ten. 11 rebounds a game. You are watching, people, one of the great players in America.
He was the high school player of the year, co-player of the year with Chris Webber when he was a senior. This basket will not count. We've got a foul before the shot.
There's Robinson in the post. Back to the basket. There he is against Henderson. Takes it up, shoots the little jumper. In high school, his team, Gary Roosevelt, won the state championship at the Hoosier Dome, and they beat Henderson's team from Greenbelt in Indianapolis.
Last foul was on Cuonzo Martin. Here is Nover with his second shot inside and made this one.
He finally gets on the board. Had 0 in that Illinois game. Really surprising because he had really been playing well.
And he can score. He had 29 against Kentucky.
Indiana will switch a little on a defensive end.
Painter with his second turnover. Here's Graham on the run. Waddell back. Nover again with a foul blocked by Robinson, but it's goaltending.
Goaltending, good call by Ron Zetcher.
Nover already has 3 offensive rebounds, and that was one of the concerns by Purdue, how they would do on the boards. Robinson on the way in, knocked it out of bounds. He was the last one to touch it. Somebody wrote that Purdue's backcourt was the slowest backcourt since Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes.
Oh, really? A little cruel. White man can't jump.
Offensive foul on Graham. Nice defense by Waddell. It is 4-2 Indiana.
See how they're going to attack the basketball? They didn't do this against Michigan. They are really attacking the basketball. Oh, nice cut.
Waddell changed his shot in midair. Nover looked like he got a piece of it, but last touch by Purdue. And both teams a little shaky right now. We've had 6 turnovers so far.
Yeah, really shaky performance early. Indiana with their famed screening game.
Graham wide open, missed the shot. Nover with his 4th offensive rebound. Gets it to Cheaney, who scores, and he's fouled.
What a great look by Nova, Mike.
Cheaney, the number 2 Indiana all-time scorer. He is number 7 in the Big Ten. He's got a shot at both those records.
Has a shot at beating Glenn Rice's record, who's number 1. He needs 239 more points to catch Steve Alford, 243 to catch Glenn Rice from out of Michigan.
0-0 is Kenny Williams, who got that last rebound. Checked into the game for the first time. A junior from Alsip, Illinois, and we'll get a fresh 45 on the shot clock here. Really doesn't have a whole lot of offensive skills inside, but he is a space eater.
Big space eater inside, lays some big screens.
Waddell, boy, they have to hit those shots.
And they're going to get those shots because of the presence of Robinson. The wing jump shot will be there.
Nover with 5 rebounds here in the first 4 minutes.
That's Robinson and Henderson. Chris Webber says you better believe there's some bad blood between those two.
Great pass by Cheaney and Nover with the jam.
That's why I like Calbert Cheaney this year, Mike. He has become a complete player as opposed to just being a standstill jump shooter. He's a driver, a passer.
He now has as many assists as he had all last year. Painter hits the three.
We talked about him being big in the opening. He will get the wide open J, and Painter, who's a streaky shooter, must convert.
Bailey on the drive. Soft shot wouldn't fall for him. Purdue with Robinson chasing down the long rebound.
Look at him handle the rock. 6'8 and a half.
And the reach-in foul on Henderson.
That's a weak call. That's a no call out there. 35 feet from the goal. That's a weak call. Now we're going to watch Nova. There he comes. What a great two-man play. That's the way to read the opening in the defense. Indiana does such a great job executing.
Nova already with 6 points, 3 out of 3 from the field, 5 rebounds, 4 of them offensive. And here is another turnover, the 4th by Purdue.
And I might as well get this out early. He grabbed me today early at the shoot-around. I was walking in, ready to talk to the general. Nova came running over. He says, Coach, please tell everybody I'm single. I'm not married. Everybody thinks I'm married. Nova, we know you're single now.
Cheaney with that sweet touch. 10-5 Indiana. Cheaney has 4. 14:49 to go first half of play. Indiana 10, Purdue 5.
Purdue really high on Porter Roberts. They think he could be a special player.
Roberts and Robinson, a little two-man game. Roberts telegraphed that one, and it's picked off by Henderson.
They really have a tough time getting the ball to Robinson. That's been one of their problems, definitely this season, is getting him the ball.
Henderson left alone and buries it.
You better believe he has a lot of pride because he was humiliated in that high school championship, and he was dominated by Robinson.
Robinson on the run, didn't get the roll. Martin offensive rebound, and Bailey swatted it away. Robinson won't go, but he's fouled. Robinson, a 73% free throw shooter.
His numbers really increase when you look at him in the 4 Big Ten games. They go up to 26 points a game and almost 12 rebounds a game. And what a great kid. Talked to him yesterday for a long period of time. Great attitude.
He is the only player in the Big Ten to rank among the leaders in scoring, rebounding, blocks, and steals.
Here he is at the point of their full court trap. Trying to spring a little trap on Indiana to get him out of their offensive rhythm.
Link Garner, number 30, in for the first time. He's on Bailey as Bailey tries for the runner. There's Nova again. Saved and finally taken down by Purdue. Stand back, gives it up to Waddell. And knocked away by Henderson again.
See, they're becoming too one-dimensional, Mike. Right now, they're trying to make every entry into Robinson. They got to swing the ball and get more people involved handling the ball and then flash them to the basketball.
7 turnovers. They're lucky they're not down by more. Waddell, 3-on-2. Pull-up jumper missed by Martin. And here comes Indiana with its own 3-on-2. Cheaney, 14-7. Dove, number 21, into the Purdue lineup for the first time. Here's a foul inside. It's going to be pushing on the freshman Brian Evans, number 34. He was really impressive to me in that Michigan game. He did not play like the 8th or 9th man on a team where there's a lot of pressure. Well, they really handled it very, very well.
They have to find another player, and it looks like they found one. That seems to be the dilemma with Duke right now, trying to develop some depth. They got to get another player to join their starting 5.
Waddell, nice pass, but it's knocked away. The 8th turnover for Purdue. Cheaney for 3. Got it, and he's fouled.
Bailey knows where to go with the rock. He gets it over to Cheaney. Let me tell you, he worked after practice today, and we stayed here and watched, and he kept shooting jumper after jumper, and this guy's a good shooter because he's been struggling from 3-point range. And one of the big items Bobby Knight was stressing, get your feet into the shot and get your body going forward. Don't drift.
That was a 4-point play. 18-7. The foul was on standback. This is Williams. Kicks it back outside. Waddell was wide open, then hesitated, then tried to take the shot again. The guards must score for Purdue.
The big question if you're Purdue is, where are we going to get offensive help other than Robinson?
Robinson double teamed at the baseline, hits the jumper anyway. He has 6 of Purdue's 9.
He gets 25 tonight. He will earn every one of them. I mean, they're right up in his face.
The way he's going, he needs to get 50. Damon Bailey scores over Link Garner.
Well, simple cut, comes off the screen, makes the move to the basket. Damon Bailey's playing well with the ball and without the ball.
Robinson being double teamed. Indiana's made up its mind. That's not the guy that's going to beat them. Somebody else has to step up.
Henderson really trying to beat him with quickness and keep the ball from him.
Dove leans into one. At least he'll draw the foul, and it looks like Cheaney. That would be one on Calbert Cheaney.
See, the one thing to beat Indiana, you're going to have to put some points on the board. And right now, that's the big question mark that Gene Cady was concerned about.
I liked it when you asked him why he became a basketball coach. He said it was August and it was the only job that was open.
Yeah, he said, I would have taken anything. I said, Gene, you heard me teasing him. I said, you'd be a great football coach. I could see you in the locker room.
Talk about a great athlete. Dove, as a senior in high school, broke his school record for points in basketball, and in football broke his school record for rushing yards and tackles.
Gene Cady's done an amazing job. Not too many people have 11 wins in 24 attempts against Indiana and against Bobby Knight. He's down 11-13, but that's more impressive than what you think.
20-10 right here. Leary with the basketball, Indiana with the lead. Evans with range, and he buried it. His foot was on the line. It's a 2.
He's really playing with a lot more confidence now. He's making the open shot.
22-10 Indiana. Better find this guy, too, Robinson.
See, look at the help. Look at the help. He has to face 2 people.
Tried to get his own rebound and does.
He's so quick to the ball. He's got a great first step. They missed him. They should have hit him immediately.
They'll try a 3. Robinson tried to keep it alive. They missed by Painter.
Unless other people start contributing, it'll be a long night for Purdue.
And Robinson fouls Henderson.
That's out of frustration right there. That's a pure frustration foul. He will be a super player at the next level, but he needs another year in college. In fact, Clark Kellogg, I read a quote from Clark, who made the transition early out of college, and he said basically the same thing.
Indiana had been having trouble with its free throw shooting, but against Illinois, they had 26 out of 32, and you just saw the numbers on Henderson, who was the leading rebounder in the Big Ten at 10-4. Now, he's not a real big guy, 6'9", 214, and Robinson has to go to the bench with 2 personal fouls.
You know, you mentioned the free throw line. They lose to Kentucky, they lose to Kansas, and they got hurt on a free throw line. But against Illinois, as you said, they were brilliant down the stretch.
Cornelius McNary, number 35, is in for the first time, and Gene Cady has to wonder who in this group will get some points for him. Right now, nobody.
Look at the pressure they're putting on the ball, Indiana. A change in philosophy versus Michigan. 9
turnovers in the first 10 minutes for Purdue. Cheaney.
See, those are the things he didn't do. Now we see him driving to the goal. He has really become a complete offensive player.
Purdue has hit only 3 field goals this entire game as opposed to 9 turnovers.
Indiana really doing a good job clamping up defensively.
Robinson got back in the game. He'll draw a foul as they get the ball to him low. Robinson with 6 points, 6 rebounds. He's hit 3 out of 3 from the free throw line. 25-11, 8.5 minutes to go. First half. Reynolds, Bailey barely got that pass back, in and out on the jumper, and Robinson skies another rebound.
Now give it back to him when he slid out. They missed him. See, right there, they had him a little quicker.
Fires at home.
He's big time. He's a big time PT here, Mike. You're not going to see too many better talents than Mr. Robinson.
25-13, and Robinson is literally keeping Purdue on the court.
Doubling up on the ball, down in the post.
Todd Leary free for a shot and missed it. Martin with a rebound, out to Robinson.
Look, he's handling the ball. He also has 3-point range. So swing the ball, move it around a little bit. Holding the ball. Easy to play people that hold the ball.
Stand back wide open, goes to Martin instead. Tough runner from the baseline. Stand back, offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
That's his strength, getting up on the glass.
Cheaney comes back into the ball game for Bob Knight with 7:39 to go.
Indiana, basically this year, especially early in the year against Florida State, Seton Hall, you can talk about them several times this year where they've allowed people to come back in a game after getting the early lead. Come out of East St. Louis, Illinois, where they produce a lot of good athletes. They didn't go to Lincoln High School. That's where Cuonzo Martin, where they won 2 state championships.
Missed them both. Porter Roberts, number 23, is back in there. This is Cheaney with a runner, and all at once Indiana can't buy a bucket.
But they have to now convert on the other end, Mike. They have to find a way here.
When you have more turnovers than field goals, it's going to be a long night. Right now they're down by a dozen and probably lucky to be that close.
Game preparation so important. Analyzing your opponent. Today Indiana changes their philosophy as they as opposed to what they did against Michigan. Soft on the perimeter of Michigan. Today, pressure the ball.
That was Porter who tried the three and didn't hit it. Back the other way comes Leary. He can't get the roll.
Indiana coming up empty, but Purdue really not making them pay for it. Oh, yes!
Back, and he blew the layup out of control.
Oh, that hurts. That's why I love being in TV instead of coaching. That'll make you lose some hair.
Hey, that was a great pass by Waddell, and then Standback just accelerated through everybody. He just forgot to make the basket. Here's a travel on Nover.
I mean, Indiana doesn't want to put him away. They had a chance here to go for the juggler. There's the catch. He's out. He lost his stride. He really lost his stride going to the goal. Wow, the new look, Mr. Katie.
He still has the jacket on, too. Purdue has made one of its last 8 shots. They just can't buy a basket.
See, they got to lay some bodies on Henderson to get Robinson a good look.
Cuonzo Martin hits one.
They feel he can give him some scoring. He has some scoring abilities, a solid defensive player. Shut down Stacy Poole. Shut down Poole of Florida, Scotty Burrell of Connecticut.
Henderson had it blocked by Robinson.
Here they come in transition. Robinson wants the rock, baby.
Waddell.
That's the momentum builder they need. The Mackey Maniacs go bananas.
25-17. Purdue has scored the last 7. Indiana just can't hit a thing, and Cheaney threw that one away.
Their bad streak's been offensively, not defensively, but offensively.
Martin, great move to get open, but he blew the shot.
Martin's got to step up and be an offensive player. I think it's good that he's looking at the goal.
Leary, fine pass to Pat Knight, kicks it back outside, and Cheaney hits the three.
Pat Knight's a good passer. You watch him in practice. You need the big basket, Mr. Clutch. There he is. Crunch time, Cheaney time.
Cheaney has 15. The lead goes back to 11. And Leary got away with a push on the way in, but Robinson will be fouled on the rebound.
They get a foul a little bit earlier. Henderson on Cuonzo Martin. He played at Lincoln High School. Played with LaFonso Ellis, the former Notre Dame star, now playing in the NBA. They won 2 state championships.
And you would really think he would benefit from the presence of Robinson.
Yeah, because of the double teams, he's going to be wide open. He went to prep school, New Hampshire prep school, the same school as Pat Knight.
Here's full court pressure.
Usually you'll pay for a layup against Indiana trying to trap him. They usually attack the glass, get the good diagonal pass, post the guy up to the middle, and usually try to convert rather than just bring the ball back like they did here in this series.
Leary and Evans playing a lot of minutes here in the first half, and here is a blocking foul, moving screen. It may be Damon Bailey.
Yeah, there's the moving screen on the right-hand side of your screen. Damon Bailey gets caught for the bump, number 22. When you lay a screen, you must be stationary.
When's the last time you saw somebody set a stationary screen? We ought to videotape it and keep it forever. There aren't many of those.
But basically, the book says you lay a screen, a rear screen, or a front screen. You got to give that defensive player a chance to get over the top of it.
This is Justin Jennings, the freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, an all-state player up there.
He's also president of his class 4 consecutive years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And also a good athlete.
And an honor student 4 years. And
turnover.
Stepped out of bounds, did Pat Knight.
Turnover. Bobby Knight's really frustrated with the way they're executing and their setup against the pressure.
Painter.
Got a triple team on him. Look at this, watch him double up. Goes into the lane trying to beat him with his quickness. Not a good shot.
Good job by Brian Evans holding onto the ball.
See, if they would swing the ball and make the extra pass and reverse it and then slide him to the other box, he'd be open.
Evans with 5 rebounds. Here's a whistle and a foul underneath. 2 minutes, 33 seconds to go. First half, Indiana with an 8-point lead. After opening it up big early, they've gone stone cold. Reynolds, turnaround baseline jumper.
That's just great execution. Dribble penetration, ball reversal.
Foul on Damon Bailey, and that's his 3rd. And he will send Painter to the free throw line and have to sit down and watch with his 3rd personal.
I'll tell you, Purdue has been allowed to hang around, Mike.
Painter, a 70% free throw shooter, misses that. They're starting to shoot like you, Dick.
I'll tell you, no, you know now. Come on now, Mike, give me credit. That's the one area I excel. Not too many, but that what I do.
30-21, Indiana by 9.
There's the trap. See, there's the post up to the middle. Bring it diagonally, center it. I see they're playing tentative. They're playing tentative right now rather than to attack.
Reynolds playing the point. This is Pat Knight.
Reynolds,
Leary,
no threat.
Cheaney. Off balance, got it anyway.
They really have no threats from the perimeter with Knight or with Mr. Reynolds, so Cheaney is really their key option on that floor.
Cheaney has 17, then he makes the steal at the other end. Bad bounce pass and picked off by Roberts.
So you can really concentrate more on Cheaney now with the club that Indiana has on the floor.
Cheaney is guarding Robinson right now, and Purdue having a tough time getting it to him.
Look at Cheaney meeting the channel, trying to deny the ball to Robinson, get it into him.
Waddell gets it low to Robinson, doesn't want that turnaround jumper. Roberts will try a three, missed it.
See, if Robinson learns to kick it out with the zigzag pass and then come right back to the ball, he'll be wide open.
Only 1:15 to go first half of play. Indiana leads by 11.
See, Reynolds no threat from out here. You can play soft on him.
And Pat Knight does not look to shoot.
No, he's a great passer. He really has great vision and instincts and feel for the game.
Cheaney is fouled as he goes to the baseline. 17 points for Cheaney tonight. He needs 7 more to pass Gary Grant as the #6 all-time scorer in Big Ten history. This guy is special.
Big time, no question. He will be a solid NBA player. If he plays with a legitimate point guard who can handle the ball, he can even play some second guard. Hey, I'll tell you the one thing about the Big Ten. Left-handed players, Lawrence Funderburk, Jalen Rose, Calbert Cheaney, Tracy Webster from down in Wisconsin, Pat Baldwin. This is my all-left-handed team. My all-Sandy Koufax team.
Cheaney hits that one. It's 34-21. This is a big possession for Purdue.
See, right now, stationary. Very easy to guard people that are stationary offensively. You can give help.
Waddell will try a three. Robinson, offensive rebound.
That's a great offensive rebound because most times guys would foul coming over the back. But he has the perfect timing and the long arms.
11 points and 9 rebounds first half for Robinson. And believe me, he is getting no help whatsoever. He is doing it all by himself.
11 points, and he hasn't had an easy shot yet.
Reynolds to Evans.
They found a player. Indiana found a player. The question now is, can Duke find a player? Scott, Mr. Meek, maybe he can come through for him down there.
36-23. Shot clock is off. That is the game clock in the lower right-hand section of your screen.
Very difficult to do it in major college basketball with 5 and 6 players.
Robinson.
He's going to go 3.
Would have been a big bucket, but he didn't get it. Quickly up to Leary. Can he get off a shot?
He's got range.
It goes. Robinson with 11 of their 23 points.
The other 4 starters, Mike, have gone 3 for 14.
And because of the double teams on Robinson, they've had a lot of wide open shots.
I know. He's the kind of kid that you'd love to play with. But Waddell and Painter's got to find a way to get open and make those count.
Waddell, good pass and stand back. Gets the layup. They need more of those. Leary starting the second half in the backcourt.
Little double stack they started that out of.
Henderson leaned into one, missed the shot, but he will draw the foul. And it will be on Robinson, his 3rd.
Came out of Gary, Indiana, Roosevelt High School.
Henderson has hit 1 out of 3 after that miss from the line tonight.
He was prop 48, had to sit out last year, couldn't practice with the team. Robinson, I think that's a no-no. I think the penalty is too severe. They miss a year, can't practice, can't get scholarship aid. We're supposed to help kids, not hurt them.
And they just turned down a possible reversal of that again.
Yeah, where you can give them an extra year.
Why should it be any different than a redshirt year?
I think if a kid works hard and he proves he can handle it academically, give him a chance. Good interior pass.
Waddell got it to Robinson. That was a very nice pass by Matt Waddell. 13 for Robinson.
2 excellent creations by Waddell. Katie leads the cheers. Waddell really in the last 2 possessions has made 2 excellent passes.
37-27, and Noger goes back to work inside.
I would attack Robinson with every possession. I'd go right at Robinson. If you're going to run the passing game, screening is so important.
Martin off balance at the baseline. He'll get the foul from Calbert Cheaney. Little touchy-touchy on several calls tonight.
He said, wait a minute, I'm a star. Don't they know that they're talking about me as player of the year and they're going to call that foul on me?
Martin at the line. He is an 80% free throw shooter. Martin is one of 3 co-captains on this team, tri-captains in actuality, the youngest captain in the history of Purdue basketball under Gene Katie.
Tri-captains, why don't you have 5 captains? Make them all captains.
39-29, the crowd trying to spur on the Boilermakers.
I'll tell you, the crowd is trying to get them back as soon as they get it to 10. You can play soft on Reynolds. Don't have to guard Reynolds up on a perimeter. Gene Katie's wife stands up and cheers out in front of us. So you can play off him. You can play off him. He's not going to even think of shooting the ball. You can almost play 5 against 4. I'd go at Robinson. I would go right at Robinson.
Shot clock at 13 seconds. Henderson, bad pass, knocked away. It will be out to Indiana with 9 on the shot clock. Reynolds double teamed off the inbounds. Graham misses the jump shot. Painter gets it ahead to Martin.
They should have thrown the lob. They had Robinson for the lob.
Waddell in the lane, lost it on the way up.
Poor job in transition. They had Robinson with the lob. He can really run the court. Tremendous quickness.
Graham trying to get by Painter. Good defense, cut him off.
See Reynolds, nobody guards him.
Henderson with a turnaround jump shot. And Indiana's hit another cold streak. Martin, Reynolds back, knocked it away. Foul on Reynolds.
Reynolds is a member of my old Velcro team. You talk about a defensive stopper. He and Phelps, when he plays the ball, and Corey Alexander brings it up.
Corey Alexander has grown up an awful lot since his freshman year, and Virginia, the only major college undefeated team left.
Well, I think after tomorrow night, that could be history. I really think they're in trouble going to Carolina, who might be the best team in America when you talk about depth, size. Remember, they lost 1 game by a tip by Rose over in Maui. This game is going to get a little interesting if Robinson stays out of foul trouble.
And if somebody else can score for Purdue.
Because eventually somebody's got to knock the 3 down. They can't stay that cold, Mike. And this crowd isn't going to allow them to get beat severely.
Full court pressure.
Remember last year they spoiled the Big Ten championship for share of it by beating Indiana here.
What a move by Graham. Holy cow.
That's athletic. That's quickness. We talk about athletic meaning great speed, lateral quickness, jumping ability.
His first 2 points. They've got Stan back in the low post now.
He should hang around the basket. He's a good offensive rebounder.
Martin.
See, Martin and other people are getting involved a little bit offensively now. Now that adds another dimension to Purdue.
Cuonzo, Martin with 9.
Last year was quite a turnaround, and this crowd played a big role in that. Lost by 41 at Indiana, but beat them by 2 here.
Go back to your All-American. Calbert Cheaney now has 21.
When in doubt, find option number 1, and he's a finalizer.
He's number 2 also.
And number 3 maybe as well.
Yeah, could be.
Little isolation
Martin
walk.
walked.
Well, lifted the pivot foot up.
Cheaney finds Henderson.
Henderson's been really quiet.
He was trying to get Robinson in the air, couldn't do it. Henderson tipped in his own miss.
Is that agility? At 6'9½, you come back with the left hand with the good fingertip control. But remember, Robinson cannot play him tough.
That's why he wasn't nearly as aggressive on defense with the 3 personals. The lead back to 12.
See, Robinson's easy to play right now. He's drifting. He's going to look at the 3.
Robinson spun out on him.
Not a good pass by Cheaney. You don't want to throw the ball laterally under the opponent's basket.
45-33, 15-13 to go in the game.
There's that little curl move. They like to run that curl move into the lane where he curls right into the 3-second area of Cheaney.
What a big rebound Robinson got. Look at him handle the ball. He has 10 rebounds in this game.
He's so smooth.
Just had great first step.
He's going to be a tremendous wing player in the NBA, a number 3-man. We talk about a 3-man, we talk small forward, 4-man power forward, 5-man the post, 1 the point guard, 2 the scoring guard. We're going to run a little stack, trying to pop out off the stack.
21 is Herb Dove.
Not really a threat offensively.
Shot clock is down to 5. And Waddell bounced it off. Nova out of bounds. The shot clock does not recycle anymore. It doesn't penalize defensive plays. It's down to 4.
That's the new rule this year in basketball.
And that's a good rule, too.
Yeah. You know, don't penalize the defense.
Painter with the left hand. He will draw the foul.
He gets called for the offensive charge.
Oh, no, they called him for the charge. I'm sorry. And that's another turnover for Purdue. That's 14.
There's that curl move where he comes off that screen, curls in the lane, and then he's looking to get the ball back.
Almost another steal, and it is. Painter. Nobody is a threat to slash down the lane. They just don't have the quickness for it.
Well, a scouting report in game preparation, Indiana spoke about that today, about how to rotate over and give help on Robinson because these other people aren't even looking at the basket. He's got to look at it. He can shoot the ball.
Waddell missed badly, but he is fouled by Reynolds.
He's capable of shooting the ball.
Waddell with only 2 points tonight, averages 8.
After this game, they have 9 days off, Purdue, to really work on their offensive sets because it will be a must. They cannot win in a one-dimensional situation.
Waddell hits them both. They're already 2-2 in the Big Ten. This would make it 2-3.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike. They're hanging in here because they are digging in on the defensive end. And that's a trademark of Gene Katie.
45-35, kicked out of bounds off the foot of Waddell.
Indiana has not been able to put the knockout punch. There's a general standing up on that sideline. You think about numbers. What about his numbers? Earliest guy to win 600 games, 3 NCAA championships. Von Zetcher gets the call for a hold. You can't hold him. Bobby Knight talked to us about that today.
Henderson with a miss. Dove skies for the rebound.
He was telling us that he's been watching film and he sees too much of the hole and grab on Cheaney away from the ball.
Purdue can cut it to single numbers again with a bucket here.
This place would rock. There's the wide open shot.
Dove hits it.
And that was a great screen right there.
Dove has 3 points, and it's an 8-point game.
Kenny Williams laid a big screen, and they took advantage of it.
Dove went down after some contact with Cheaney, and Graham buries the jumper.
Has Cheaney improved as a passer? Did you see him flying right there, the open guy, Graham? Last year, that would not happen.
More assists right now than he had all of last season. And the guards finally trying to get something going. And this will be an offensive foul away from the ball on Kenny Williams.
Let's take a look right here. Oh, they get him for what they call the swim stroke. See the swim stroke up by the throat there? The swim stroke. That's one that really points of emphasis this year in a post play. They don't want that offensive player to get the advantage.
Waddell with a steal, and then he is fouled.
See, they've been really having a tough time getting a good shot for Robinson. When have we seen him with a good shot? Look where he's catching the ball.
And here is another foul. This one will be on Henderson. That's his third.
He can't believe it. He's saying, with all the contact that we have, we're going to call this. Now, take a look right here. Now, here comes. Oh, he grabbed him. He grabbed him.
I mean,
also.
on both sides, it has been a little touchy. Purdue basketball, they are down by 10. They could have been down by 30 in the first half. Both teams shooting much better second half. Here's Graham with a steal. Took it away from
nice
to Cheaney.
Easiest deuce of the night for Calbert Cheaney.
Cheaney has 23, and Greg Graham set it up with his defense.
Greg Graham is such a solid player. I don't think he gets the recognition, this kid, like he really deserves. He's really a solid player.
Robinson's got to get back in this game offensively.
Not getting any good shots.
Williams hit the underneath side of the rim, and he's fouled.
As Allen, tremendous student. He really epitomizes the term student athlete.
Kenny Williams only been to the line 10 times this year, make it 11 now. He's hit 6. These all get very critical now. Tipped outside, Purdue control.
Not even close.
Robinson, sweet shot.
We're talking about a big player. He's got that great range as a shooter. Excellent touch.
He has 15 of Purdue's 39, and here's another foul. 10:45 left to go in the game. Indiana 49, Purdue 39.
They really lay some screens. Watch the ball. Watch the play away from the ball, people. There's the back screen right there by Greg Graham. The screen is usually the dangerous guy. See how the screen by Cheaney's screen, and he flared it out.
Shot clock at 10. Here's the steal.
He's going to take it by himself. Take it right to the goal. Going to take it right to the goal.
In and out. Here's the follow by
Williams. The big wide body, the Spice Eater comes down here. And the Mackey Maniacs said, we love it, baby. We love it.
49-41. Somehow Purdue hanging in this game.
Don't turn this baby off. He's got a trailer. He's got a trailer, but he takes it to the goal. He better get a TO now. The general better get a TO.
Painter with the layup cuts it to 6. And Bob Knight really screaming at his team.
He won't call a timeout. Stubborn. He won't get a timeout, Mike.
Foul before any shot. It will be called on Darner, his second. Here's an amazing stat if you follow Indiana. They have only hit 5 out of 8 free throws. Purdue 14 out of 22. Almost every game, it's exactly the reverse for Indiana.
Well, you know about Indiana on the free throw line. I mean, their numbers are unbelievable every year. In fact, when you talk about Indiana and you talk about the free throw line this year already, they've made 319 free throws, and the teams they've played have only attempted 272.
Graham hits them both. Graham has 6 points, and it's 51-43.
See, right now, go lay a screen if you're Williams. Lay that body and get Robinson free. He laid a screen, but it's for the wrong guy.
Williams trying to be an offensive force inside. Missed the shot. Cheaney rebound. Graham. Bailey got it low to Nover. Blocked by Robinson, but he traveled. The lead is 8. Purdue needs to cut it a little more right here. Robinson. What a move.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Glenn Robinson with a great one-on-one maneuver to the goal. Hanging and twisting, a little isolation. He is the real deal. He comes as advertised, big time. There he is. He said, no way they're going to play me. He splits Cheaney, kisses it on the glass. What a great drive. Look at this drive. Slashing. What agility, mobility. He is the total offensive package.
17 points, 10 rebounds. Missed the shot, but it's knocked out off of Indiana. If somebody had suggested in the first half Purdue could come back and win this game, would have looked at the guy with any skepticism, right?
Exactly the way they started. It was so pure Purdue. Nobody involved. I think the big thing is they got a few more people involved. Look at this guy handle the ball. Are you kidding me? Are you serious watching that kid handle the ball?
Cheaney gets the rebound, and he is fouled by Kenny Williams. Well, they lost to Purdue last year
after beating them by 41. And last year it cost them a #1 seed in the Midwest. They were shipped to the West, lost the chance to share the Big Ten championship, and then they lost the banquet. This is where he went wrong. He said no banquet.
Cheaney with that soft touch hits them both. Link Darner only averages a point a game, not much of a threat from outside.
But he has a lot of experience in his previous years. He's played a lot of basketball.
Waddell just being blanketed by Damon Bailey.
Darner's capable of shooting an open shot in the perimeter.
Cuonzo Martin low to Robinson, had good position. Forced that one. Got it!
When you're a superstar and you force them and you got some touch, they fall.
19 points for Robinson. It's back to a 6-point game.
That's Mr. Robinson's neighborhood in that 3-second. Oh, nice.
Nover, Graham, what a great pass.
What tremendous cut without the ball. He read the screen perfectly. The good execution. That's Indiana basketball. Cut, screen, move the ball.
Nover has 10, and the lead is back to 8 with 7:37 to go.
I mean, right now, Evans has got the task of playing Robinson.
And Robinson has the task of carrying this team. Waddell just got trapped and calls a timeout, or he would have lost it on a turnover.
The real problems for young players, learning how to play the screen.
Cuonzo Martin didn't switch at all. Here's a missed shot, the rebound to Nover, who's had a fine game, the steal!
And a foul!
Waddell scores, and he fouled!
And he gets a big hug, and the cheerleaders who do a great job go wild.
4 fouls on Damon Bailey. This could cut it to 5. Purdue hasn't been this close since the start of the ball game.
I'll tell you, it's been all guts, all really heart, just battle by Purdue because it hasn't been execution.
55-50. Graham, almost a 5-second call.
So here's where Indiana right now, the way they're extending defensively, if you move the ball, you set some screens, you'll get an open shot as long as you show some poise and patience.
Cheaney is triple team.
Swing it out of there. Good spacing. Good move by Graham. Now just move the basketball using the shot clock.
Shot clock down to 9. And Bailey is fouled. That's not a good play by Waddell. And Bailey, a 72% free throw shooter, goes to the line.
Is the Big Ten going to be unreal? Almost every week that these teams match up, they will be playing a legit top 25 team.
Well, there's 6 teams in the top 25. Bailey with a miss.
I think there should be 8.
Robinson, what hustle to save it, and then Robinson goes down hard.
And he goes down near his dad. I met his pop. In fact, I think that was his dad that picked him up. I think he jumped right into his dad's lap. Well, I shouldn't give him any PR. He gets too much. He's my favorite, though.
He's a great one. There's another foul, and it's going to be on Cuonzo Martin. That will be his 3rd.
Matt Nova, not a great free throw shooter.
Only 50%. He is at the line for a 2-shot foul. Missed them both.
Yeah, he's not a good free throw shooter. I mean, Indiana is really letting Purdue hang and hang and hang.
Dick, I think this is unbelievable.
That they're this close. They're going to isolate. You know they're going to go to Robinson almost with every possession.
Waddell really being overplayed by Bailey.
He's got 4 fouls. Bailey does. See, a very weak screen. Robinson has to learn how to screen. He'll be a better and more effective player if he lays the good screen and comes off it.
Shot clock at 16.
See, they got him the ball right now where he wants it in his neighborhood.
With a runner, he missed it, but he's fouled.
And he's a good free throw shooter.
Robinson has now hit 4 out of 6 from the line. He has 20 points. They have cut the lead to 4.
Has he had any easy shots all night?
Missed the second one.
That could be a little fatigue right there. He doesn't want to reach in and get a 4th foul.
And Indiana with the possession arrow. 55-51. Indiana by 4. This is Greg Graham.
Big defensive stop needed here. There's the zigzag pass.
Evans, and the freshman hits a huge 3.
Has he become a big player? I mean, he really stepped up against Michigan. He did it against Illinois, and he's getting lots of PT here tonight.
That's the biggest bucket of the night after it was cut to 4. Robinson with a miss. Stand back, saved it.
Phenomenal offensive rebound right there, and a foul on Graham.
Greg Graham commits his 4th.
Boy, Bobby Knight was really so complimentary today, talking about the late Hank Iba, saying how much he learned from him. He was an honorary coach in 1984 with him and the Olympic team. He had such love for Mr. Iba.
They can cut it to 5 points again right here.
Now you got to really lock up on Cheaney, because you know they're thinking Cheaney #1 right now. Henderson really hasn't been looking at the basket.
But the last possession, you saw how unselfish Cheaney was with that lob cross-court pass to Evans. Spins at the baseline. Oh, he is something.
Mike, you knew, as we just talked about, that he was going to be their #1 option. That's the one thing Indiana does well. They really know how to define what a good shot is for their key people.
Calbert Cheaney has 27. Here's Robinson playing point guard. Martin got it to go.
Because of the presence of Robinson on the floor, other people get driving lanes right down the lane.
60-55, Robinson went for the steal. Bailey for 3. Got it.
They waved it off. They waved that off.
They called a travel before the shot, and Bob Knight is livid.
Indiana has a date with Ohio State at home on Sunday. Purdue has 9 days off before they play Northwestern. What a road trip. Michigan, Illinois, and Purdue on the road all in 1 week. All really highly, tough clubs at home. Certainly really tough on their floors.
We've hit 4 minutes. Purdue cannot waste any more chances. They've got to make everything count from here on in.
Henderson really working on denying the ball to Robinson.
Waddell, bad pass, and it's picked off by Damon Bailey. Waddell drove in, got caught in no man's land.
Indiana will spread, use some shot clock, try to get some good motion.
Indiana's hit its last 5 shots. Cheaney, look at that!
Are you kidding me? Is he really? Now tell me who you would give the choice as player of the year over. We're not talking best talent in the country. We're talking being productive in a winning situation. Calbert Cheaney's my choice.
He's hit 11 out of 15 field goals tonight as a marked man. Robinson, big shot.
Glenn Robinson, Chris Webber, what super selfs in the Big Ten.
22 points for Robinson at 62-57.
What a phenomenal talent, Mike. What a talent.
And Robinson will pick up his 4th foul, going for the steal.
I'll tell you one thing, when you and I were standing, rehearsing, getting ready for our opening, you watched him take 2 shots in the warm-up, and you turned to me and said, "Dude, he's for real." There's 3 things that have to be constant to win close games at the end. Number 1, you better make free throws. Number 2, you better have a solid defensive game plan. And number 3, you better protect the basketball.
And Glenn Robinson, certainly an immediate impact player. 22 points, 10 rebounds.
And the amazing thing, he never gets anything easy. Everything is a real struggle because they lack such firepower and offensive weapons. Oh, nice screen. Good set play.
Shot wouldn't fall down low for Painter or Waddell, and he missed the follow, too. Indiana trying to work the shot clock down. It's at 16 right now.
Notice how Indiana likes to pass and go away or dribble penetration to the open gap.
Henderson back in. The shot clock is on your left. Damon Bailey got it. Perfect execution.
They do that so well. Great teams know how to execute. That's one of the trademarks now at Kansas with their phenomenal backcourt. Jordan and also Mr. Walters. Larry Connolly spoke about that backcourt last night.
66-57. Purdue cannot afford to take this much time.
No, they got a thin shot. See, they're really locking up on him on a perimeter, not giving the 3.
Painter leads into one.
And
Purdue tries to get its timeout, and they do.
Do you agree maybe with my comments about Cheaney being probably the player of the year at this time of the year?
Oh, I think so. I think he's just a sensational player.
Mashburn has certainly had a sensational year.
Graham double-teamed and fouled. Oh, I think Cheaney does so many things for Indiana, not that Hurley doesn't for Duke, because they're all do-everything kind of players.
Expectations every time these kids step on the floor are so high.
Greg Graham has hit 3 out of 3 tonight. Excellent free throw shooter. Makes it 4 out of 4. The lead is now back to 9. Purdue needs 3s, and they don't have many people that can get it for them.
And Indiana's not going to give them the good look at the 3 by playing and extending their defense.
5-second call.
Indiana will try to spread the court.
And here's a reach-in foul on Painter.
Cheaney went to the line against Illinois, knocked 4 in a row down at the end of that game, denying Lou Henson.
30 points. He is now the number 6 all-time scorer in the Big Ten. Number 2 in the history of Indiana. He'll only have to average about 17 points a game through the rest of the regular season to be number 1 in Hoosier history.
And I'll tell you one thing about him. Ask him as they get a conversion here by Porter Robertson, a timeout.
Calbert Cheaney moving up the all-time list in the Big Ten. He will pass his Indiana legend and then 2 Michigan players right at the top. What great names to overcome.
I'll tell you another area he's worked on. A lot of guys, you could deny them the basketball and keep it away from them. Jimmy Valvano was great at that as a coach at North Carolina State with his game plan and his gimmick defenses.
Well, he'd put somebody 5'9" on him and stop him.
Exactly. Well, my point is, with Cheaney, he has learned not to get frustrated and how to use screens, how to move so well without the ball. That was an area they were concerned about him his first 2 years on the college level.
If I recall correctly, they called Keith Wilkes Silk. But this guy ought to have that kind of nickname.
Silky Cheaney, I tell you, he is really special.
72-61. Well, Purdue certainly had its opportunities. Indiana did not play well in the middle of both halves. Cuonzo Martin with a baseline jumper.
I think Cuonzo's got to step it up a notch in future games for Gene Cady. You know, he did a great job at Western Kentucky before he came here. I got a great trivia question. Who did he replace? Who was the previous coach here at Purdue? Lee Rose. Lee Rose went on to coach at South Florida. And then Cady has come here and has done a phenomenal job. He's really brought so much excitement to basketball here.
A couple of other previous Purdue coaches that had a lot of success. Go back to my West Virginia connections. Fred Schaus.
Yeah, you love West Virginia. I know. I saw you.
Coach King.
You're wearing your West Virginia shirt today. And I gave you the North Carolina Tar Heel hat that someone gave me, and I know
shirt and a hat don't go together. I hate to break it to you. 74-63 down to 30 seconds. Indiana's going to go to 5-0 in the Big Ten. Purdue will fall to 2-3, and that one's on the sideline.
What makes it really big with Indiana going 5-0 in the Big Ten He has won 3 in a row in 3 tough spots.
Yeah.
So he's got the edge by beating Michigan at Michigan, Illinois at Illinois, Purdue at Purdue. And now he lays at home Sunday for our young Ohio State team to come. Think about what it would have been had he had Funderburk and Chris Lawson, who's playing well right now for Vanderbilt.
That's a great run for them on the road. 74-65. They've hit their last 7 field goals. They've been good at the free throw line. Good teams, great teams, in fact, play poorly and win. Henderson fouled at the buzzer. Indiana win it at Purdue, 74-65.